Okay, right. So this is going to be an episode full of killing and carnage. That's all I'm going to say, folks. Killing and carnage, because
Round it
we've
up.
got Venom 2 that we're going to be speaking about. We're going to be speaking about Halloween Kills.
Yep.
And we're going to be speaking about the DC fandom. So a lot of Batman news, a lot of Flash news, a lot of Aquaman news. We're going to throw all that in there. And obviously the usual. We pretty safe to say we're probably not going to have time for a hidden gem this week.
No.
And we're going to try and get through all the other bits and pieces, like, fairly quickly so that we can get to the meat and bones of this episode. So listen, join us for episode 160. This is Deval and I.
That's a lot,
What?
I mean, people got to recognize 160 episodes. Like,
Deval, you tell him.
Yeah.
You tell him.
It was only meant to be one show, wasn't it? And then now we're here 160 episodes later. So
3 years later, bro.
Yeah,
3 years
exactly.
later. So listen, look, one of the things that we love doing is obviously we love doing the shout outs on the show, but listen, we want to expand our show even more. So we want to get more people listening to the show. And one way to do that is if we offer a prize.
Yep.
So Deval, let them know what the prize is.
Yeah, this week's prize is a movie voucher code, which is for Rakuten. So you can get to rent a movie in the comfort of your own home. All you need to do is write a review, contact us to let us know where the review is so we can see it and authenticate that review. No joking. But just let us know you've written a review and then we'll send you that Rakuten movie code. Rakuten is really good because
I love it.
it's basically like Netflix,
great.
but it's just got movies and stuff. You can rent them and watch them, and it's all good. So yeah, you can enjoy that. So yeah, there's your prize for this week.
Go out and do it. That's all I'm going to say. And now, listen, let's move on to the shout outs. This is another favorite of mine.
So shout outs this week. We've got a few. So first of all, we've got the 5Fs Telegram channels. All you got to do is go to Telegram and check out the 5Fs. That's F for Freddy, because I know my Fs sound like S's. I can't speak. But the 5Fs is family, fun, finance, faith, and another
All
F
the Fs.
that I'm forgetting. I think it's the Flixters. That's the F.
That is the F.
Yes, but they won there.
How many more Fs do you want, man?
Exactly. How many more Fs do you need? But you can go in there and watch. You can watch us on there on YouTube, and also you can get involved with all the other great stuff they got going on there. So there's the 5Fs, and also we've got Zakroff, our very own. He was talking to us on Instagram about horror movies, about how he loves The Conjuring. That's a really good horror movie for him. But let us know, Halloween's coming up. What is your favorite horror movie or scary series or anything scary of all time? Do let us know. Natalie 24th on Instagram was saying that she likes It. And I think she said the old school It is scary and new school It is really scary as well, but she doesn't like clowns. So no clowning around for Natalie 24th.
No.
Great shout out. Elaine Adu and Cider actually on Twitter were both talking about horror films. Elaine Adu does not like horror films. She doesn't like horror films at all. She's a serious cat. She loves her movies. So go check out her on Twitter. But Cider had never seen Get Out. And I said to her, Cider, Jay, you've got to go and see Get Out. So she's going to go and see that. So let us know what you think, Cider, when you watch that. There you go.
And there was one, I just got to quickly add in Nima. Nima, he's a listener from here in Australia.
Oh, okay.
And he actually trains with me at Jiu-Jitsu, and he put on there, hang on, what was the one that he put? He put one on there. I'm trying to find it right now.
Was this on Instagram or?
This is on our Instagram page. God, where is it? I'm going to quickly find it. But basically, he put one on there, and it was like, oh, that was it. Jeepers Creepers
and The Thing.
That was it.
Oh, do you know what? Jeepers Creepers. That's a mad film, because that thing does not die. Is it every 27 years it comes to life?
Something crazy like that.
And then
it's mad. That movie is absolutely mad. So that was good. And obviously, Deval, we've spoken about The Thing before, the original and the remake.
Yes, which I like both. I mean, the original is special. The remake is also good because it continues. It's a prequel, but it continues so seamlessly. Yeah. You can almost watch it as one film. It's really
one big movie. So listen, folks, if you want to get onto our show, if you want to be a shout out, then obviously get in touch with us, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook and whatever. And obviously we'll give you a big shout out. Okay. Now we've kind of teased this. Let's get onto the movie news. Now this one, let's start off with this one now, Deval. This is really interesting. So listen, remind everyone, who's Jonathan Kent? And why? Obviously, Kent is kind of sounds a bit familiar, but just remind us, who's Jonathan Kent, and why is this important? Why is this name important right now?
Yeah, Jonathan Kent is the son of Clark Kent, otherwise
Yeah,
known as Superman. So, in the comics, Superman and it's Lois, isn't it? They have a child together, Jonathan
yeah.
Kent, and he obviously is like Superboy. I think they call him Superboy Prime at a stage in his life,
Mm,
and he comes out to be really powerful in some of the comics. Yeah, in recent comics, basically, Jonathan Kent has come out as bisexual, which
mm,
is fitting with the times. You know, sexuality and how you identify, you know, gender, all kinds of stuff you know, uh, is relevant because we live in very diverse times. So I think DC are
yep.
trying to reflect diversity and bringing out Jonathan Kent as bisexual, and it shows him kissing another man, and
Mm.
it's really it's really stirred up social media, and everyone's got their
Tell
ideas
me
about
about
it,
it.
saying how, oh, why they just putting this on Jonathan Kent. They could have brought out another character who's originally bisexual rather than just sticking
Sure.
it on him, sort of
Yeah.
thing. So some people are divided, but
Yeah.
you know
Some people are saying, like, is it a diversity just for the sake of diversity?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
are they just kind of like doing this with, characters, and, they get like kind of these big characters, and they were, okay,
yeah,
let's see how can we flip the script? Like,
yeah.
so there's a bit of that going on as well. Um, Deval, have you watched any of the Superman and Lois,
I haven't,
this news TV show?
it just hasn't it
I
hasn't
know
jumped
what you're
out.
gonna say. I
It's
know.
just I don't like the Lois anyway. She doesn't
Me too.
to me. She's a weak Lois, and for
Yeah.
me, I just haven't watched it. No, to answer your
You
question.
know what? So look, I'll be honest with you. I was exactly like that. I'm not a fan of the Lois.
Mm,
I watched a few episodes, and you know what? It's actually okay. It's all right. I'm not
yeah.
saying like, yeah, it's a must watch. It's actually okay. But in this one, he's got two sons,
Oh
and
yeah.
one of them, yeah. So Jonathan is one of the kids. I can't remember who the other one is, what his name is, but no, he's not bisexual or anything like that. So it's clearly just for the comic books that they're
Yeah.
doing this, right?
Yeah. Just for the comics at the moment. Yeah.
Just for the comics for the moment.
Hmm.
All right, okay, listen. Now, just that nicely moves us into kind of other DC news. Now, let's speak about this DC fandom. And Deval, we
Yeah.
got a shit load of new stuff, right, from this DC fandom.
Yes.
So, kind of let's break it down a little bit. What did we get?
Let's break it down bit by bit. Yeah. So for people that don't know, DC fandom is DC's celebration of all things DC. So I think once a year they come out and tell us about all the projects they've got going on, and they show us trailers and they get us all pumped up for all the movies and TV shows, animation, and even video games that are going to be released under DC. So first of all, the big one that we're all waiting for, the Batman.
Hmm.
Directed by what's his name, Reeves, and starring Pattinson as well as the new Batman. We've seen a bit of a trailer a while ago, and now they've shown us a nice, tasty trailer. And
Hmm.
I must say, this trailer looks decent. It does. I
It
can't lie.
does.
He looks like a decent
Exactly.
Batman. It looks dark. It looks uh, brooding. It looks quite disturbing actually, because they're looking for a
Yeah.
serial killer. The lighting is very ominous, or ominous, I should say, like really dark reds, and it
Yeah.
kind of makes you, I don't know, it sort of adjusts your mood almost. That you're
Mm.
not just watching a comic book movie, you're watching a movie about people that are being killed, and and I think it's put a twist on Batman, because even this bat signal, they say it's not just a signal, it's a warning. This Batman is he's a thing. He's a big thing. Like baddies need to worry
Exactly,
about
man.
they need to worry about him. So yeah, the trailer just looks really good. There's a part in the trailer where he's being shot. People are shooting at him, and he's just
Yeah.
absorbing these bullets, bouncing off him, just bouncing, and he's just going in at these villains. It's like you know what? I'm looking forward to it. It's out. When is it? Next year, March? Is it 22?
Next year, I tell you
Yeah.
what, man, March is going to be like, listen,
Woo.
next year there's going to be some heavy movies coming out. But listen, I totally agree with
Mm.
exactly what you said, dark, brooding,
Yeah.
ominous. And listen, the Riddler, they're
Mm,
saying, Penguin,
mm,
Catwoman,
mm.
and they're saying as well, Deval, I'm not sure if you caught hold of this, but they're saying the Joker could appear in there somewhere as well. I mean, like, how are they going to
Mm.
fit him in there?
I hope not.
Like,
I
that's
hope it's
too
like a post
much.
credit scene or something. I don't want him to be. He needs space. The Joker needs space if they're going to do
Yeah,
him right. So
yeah.
I hope that's incorrect, but you never know. You
Exactly.
never know.
So listen, if you haven't seen the trailer, go out there, go check
Yeah,
it out, and let
yeah,
us know what you think.
yeah.
And then the other one,
Ooh.
Deval, tell us about this other big one.
Adam. Adam is coming, and we don't mean Adam
Yeah.
Warlock, but another Adam. This is the Black Adam. So
Yes.
The Rock, I think we've spoken about this, and your mate Henry
Loads.
Cavill, he's been involved. I think kind of he was involved at the early stages, but The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, for years now has been championing Black Adam and
Yeah.
wanting to get Black Adam into a movie, and it's happening now. It's coming out next year, July 2022. The trailer was very much a teaser trailer, but I must say sometimes teaser trailers are the best because they don't. We didn't even see his face.
No.
All I can say to you in the trailer, that it looks like some archaeological sort of explorers come across his cave or something, and somehow he's awoken and he just looked gangster. He's got this mad
Yeah.
big sort of cape with a hood. Looks kind of like Anakin Skywalker, but like as in like the way he's cloaked up and you don't see his face, but you see half of
Mm.
his sort of mouth. He looks serious and they're shooting at him. He
Yes.
catches the bullet like the Matrix. He holds onto this guy by the neck, and he sort of like his electric powers just frazzle this guy to bones. He's
Wicked.
not to be messed with. He,
I know, but this is it. And you know
shit.
what? I mean, I'm glad that we don't, like, we are just only seeing teasers, because like you can kind of
Mm,
start revealing all this other stuff, right? And people are going to start getting mad, and then like
yeah,
the expectation is sky high and everything
yeah,
like that. I really, really hope, man. Listen, fingers
man,
crossed. These DC movies, man. I really hope they do really
man.
they do well, man.
Mm, mm.
It's about time
Yeah,
that DC
yeah,
pulls them out of the
yeah,
bag.
yeah, yeah,
So Flash, which we'll come to, but listen, Black Adam and the Batman, obviously big,
yeah,
big, big names.
yeah.
And I didn't know about this, but Deval, apparently they filmed Aquaman
Mm.
Part 2. They filmed that, some of it in the UK, in Devon.
Oh, did they? Oh, by the water,
Yeah,
by the sea. Okay.
yeah, I didn't know this. And there's kind of like there's a couple of kind of like shots of
Mm.
the Aquaman crew and everything. They were in Devon and stuff. And what do we know about? What can you tell us about Aquaman 2? Like, when
Yeah.
do you know when this is coming out?
Again, this is 2022. I can't remember if it's sort of summertime as well or later, but it's next year anyway. But this one's going to be, from what we've seen, James Wan again is directing. Obviously, Jason Momoa comes back. We
Yeah,
see Black Manta come back as well as what's his name? Wilson. What's the guys from
Patrick Wilson from
Patrick Wilson's
Conjuring.
character from Conjuring comes back. So far, they haven't told us too much, but he said it's going to be a crazy, 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 journey, and it's going to be even more action than the first one. They're really like the sets are going to be crazy as well. The set pieces are going to be crazy. So far, I don't know too much of the story, which actually I don't mind. But it looks
Yeah,
like this one, obviously, Aquaman's going to have more responsibility because after the first one, he kind of assumed some kind of, I don't know, leadership role or something like that. So,
yeah.
the stakes are high for Aquaman. So he's got a lot to live up to in this one. So
Yeah, and you know what? I can't remember where did we leave it with Black Manta? What happened? So
Black,
so Aquaman deals with him, and then what?
not
I
fully.
can't remember what happened.
Black Manta's still alive, and in this one, Black Manta, like James Wan said, he's got a
He's coming
vendetta.
back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
coming back, and he's still obviously pissed off that he his dad like killed himself basically with that
yeah.
bomb,
That
and he's
suit, man. That
yeah.
suit made me laugh. The suit made me laugh. But it's good, man. Listen, can't wait for
Oh
this. And
man.
what's the other big one, man? What are the other big ones?
Oh, the Flash. Yeah, so the Flash again, a bit of a teaser, a bit of
Teaser.
a trailer that we saw, and the Flash is going to be crazy because it's going to be multiverse. It's going to be
Yeah.
all kinds of shit going on. So we're going to have Batman in there. Sorry, Batmen. We're going to have Ben Affleck,
Yes.
and we're going to have what's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton is in it as well. And from what I saw in the trailer, there's two Barry Allens.
Two,
There was
there's
two
two
Barry
Barry
Allens. I
Allens.
think there was another woman with them, but I'm not sure who she was. Was she uh,
His knee is it? It
Nora
can't be
Allen or
Iris.
something, or was
Yeah,
it
it could be
Nora?
Nora Allen. Yeah,
Could
it could be
be.
Nora
I don't
Allen as
know.
well.
So
Exactly. So you don't know where this is all going, but
yeah,
that was really surprising
mm,
seeing the other Barry
mm,
Allen in there. So that was
yeah,
really good. But listen, he's on some sort of kind of recruitment, right? So
mm,
he travels into a multiverse, and I think in the background, in the voiceover, you hear Michael Keaton's Batman
mm,
saying to him, "Oh, you could have traveled to any multiverse, any kind of like universe that you want to, and you chose to save. You're choosing to save this one."
yeah,
And then it's like he says, "Are you in?" So Barry Allen is saying to a Batman, I don't know which Batman it is, he's saying,
Yeah,
"Are you in?" So some shit's gone down.
yeah.
There's a scene where he goes to his house. He probably, obviously, um, transported, teleported to save his mum, because that's the whole Flashpoint thing, right?
Yeah,
When he
yeah.
he goes to save his mum and everything. So this is where it all happens, man. This is good. It's just a teaser.
Mm.
I can't wait for it.
Next year's going to be a good year. So we've got all this DC shit. We've got the Marvel shit as well, all coming out. Thor, Love and Thunder, and all of
Yeah.
it. It's just there's a lot next year. The Doctor Strange too. I mean, oh man, it's a good
Loads.
year next
Just
year.
one thing. Just one thing though, before we move off from the Flash. I love the Flash character. I'm still not 100% convinced with Ezra Miller.
Oh, you're not? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't. He might be brilliant in this. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's just something about him. Like even that introduction, when I
Mm.
saw the introduction, him introducing it, it just kind of like felt a bit weird. But I don't know what it is. But we're gonna see. Hopefully, he's gonna be great in it. But yeah, man, he's got big shoes to fill, man. This is a big
Yeah.
character.
Mm. I think. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe it might not all be about him, which could be a good thing.
Mm.
There could be characters that support him in a way that it's not all on his shoulders. But only one way will tell.
Only one way, right? Okay, what else?
Yeah. So next we've got so no, hold on. Before I go into the next one, the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Now we don't usually
This is
talk about
mad.
computer games or video games in our show, but this trailer looks really really good, and this
Mm.
trailer almost looks like the sort of game that I'd rather watch and not play. Basically, just
Exactly.
really quickly, it's a Suicide Squad, but it's got Harley Quinn, Shark, what's his name, King Shark. It's got Will
Yeah.
Smith's character, is it Deathstroke or something, or whatever his name was, and Boomerang. So
Yeah.
them four are the sort of main crew, and they're tasked with, uh, you know, defeating some baddies in a city or whatever it might be. I think Brainiac might be involved as well. I
Yeah.
think Brainiac is actually controlling the Justice League. So the Justice League are now baddies. So imagine
That's
that
mad.
Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and you
Superman.
got this motley crew trying to defeat them. But you know what? Go check out the trailer. The game looks
Yeah.
really good, and I actually might get it when it comes out, whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
I guess next year.
And it kind of hints of do you remember the ending of the Justice League, the movie,
Yeah,
the Zack Snyder cut? Remember where he had to Batman has to team up with basically the Joker
yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
those people
yeah.
just to kind of try and take out Superman. So yeah, man, go check it out. It's all going to be really good. And next year is going to be ram packed
Mm.
with loads of great stuff, and we're going to be there. And we're going to be speaking about it and reviewing it and everything. So don't you worry. All right, okay, let's move on to the next piece of news. I want to just quickly mention this one. Deval, I know you're kind of a bit umming and ahhing about this, but Squid Game
Yeah.
has, well, I've seen all of it. I've seen all
Okay,
of Squid
I've seen
Game.
up to episode 6, I think. I saw up to the episode, which was actually really good when they were
Yeah.
playing with the marbles. Oh my gosh, that episode
Um,
was wicked. I was
ah,
sad. It was a sad
how
episode. The marbles,
it's,
man.
it's really
The
sad, man. There's
way
like double crossings. There's
the
like,
way he
oh man,
dealt with that guy from I think it's from Pakistan.
he's from
The way
Pakistan.
he
Yeah.
dealt with him. Oh my,
Oh
it was
man,
so
and I was
sad.
just like, this guy is gonna flip and backstab you,
Oh,
man. Like seriously,
oh.
it's a really great show. And like Netflix, they're pretty coy on their viewing figures, but
Yeah.
apparently they have actually released some figures, and apparently 111 million people viewed. This is
Mm,
basically the biggest
yeah.
show on Netflix
Yeah.
ever. It
Bigger
beat
than bigger than Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Mm.
Bigger than Bridgerton. What was the next big thing? Like what big shows
It's
had the
bigger
Stranger
than
Things?
hip,
Bigger than hip
hop.
hop. It's
Literally.
seriously, it's so big that Saturday Night Live, they've done
Oh,
a parody and it had Rami Malek and
is
Daniel
it?
Craig and like, loads of people
No.
are basically just like they're into this thing.
How's
And
this thing so big like that? What is it? Why is it so big? Like
why?
people are going
Is
crazy
it
about this
because it's
thing.
so brutal?
I don't know.
But we've seen this shit before. But, like, go watch a Saw
Yeah.
movie and you're gonna basically see like,
Those
I
stars
think
now,
basically it's
they're
the
getting just being anything now. They're gonna cross over into Hollywood and all sorts now. You
Yeah,
watch.
exactly. They're going to
Mm,
do it, and obviously, yeah. So I'm not going to spoil anything. But listen, that was just interesting. The fact that they released the figures, and it's
mm,
111 million. So this is the
yeah.
biggest show on
Mm,
Netflix at the moment. And yeah, go check it out if you haven't seen it. Now let's speak about this one, Deval, The Walking Dead. I haven't
mm.
seen the latest. This is the final season. Basically, is airing now on AMC and in England and Sky or whatever it is. I haven't seen any of it, but exactly.
Well,
AMC, they've launched a new there's gonna be a new
oh,
spin-off.
these people they need to
Um,
finish it, man. Come on, finish it.
seriously, there's a new
Ugh,
spin-off, and I'll just get the details on this, but,
they
this
need to.
one hasn't even ended yet, and they're already talking about spin-offs. So,
Oh,
this is called Tales of the Walking Dead,
oh,
alright? And, it's been greenlit, and it's gonna be episodic. It's going to be an anthology series with 1 hour standalone episodes focused on both new and established characters set in the world of the original zombie drama.
mm,
And what they're basically saying is this opens the door for familiar faces to return before or after their time on the show. I don't know. Like,
man.
how does that sound?
I guess if it's making them money, why should they stop? You know,
Hmm.
but I've had enough of it. I haven't
Can
watched
you
the
believe
last
it's
season
been
yet.
10 years?
Yeah, I've had enough of it.
I
I'm
haven't
done.
seen it. To be honest with you, I haven't seen it. And they what they're doing is it's going to be it's going to be 24 episodes, but
Mm,
they're releasing them in batches of
mm.
8. So 8, 16, 24. It's like, oh gosh, man. Just get it over
Oh,
and done with
you know what I
already.
mean?
All right, okay. I want to quickly mention this one as well. So Devour Brienne of Tarth. How's that for a name?
That's one of the best names in TV.
Brienne of
Hmm.
Tarth. Now, listeners out there, you'll probably know this, but Brienne of Tarth, obviously character from Game of Thrones, played by Gwendolyn Christie, British actress. You know, what a great character arc that she had. She starts off as kind of like, this background character, then all of a sudden she's kind of thrust into looking after Jamie Lannister and everything. And, Gwendolyn Christie's gone on to do Star Wars and things like that. Well,
Yeah.
she is going to be playing Lucifer,
What the one that's on Netflix and stuff?
Netflix.
She's gonna be the new. She's gonna be the new Lucifer.
She's basically this is a bit weird because Neil Gaiman, who
Mm,
wrote that character Lucifer in this comic book series called The Sandman,
mm.
that character was taken and played by a British actor. I've forgotten what his name now is. Oh, Tom Ellis.
Okay.
So they took that and they made obviously Lucifer, but then this one from Netflix, so
Mm.
also on Netflix, is an actual adaptation of those comic books.
Okay.
So Gwendolyn Christie, they gender swapped it.
Okay.
It's going to be Gwendolyn Christie. She's playing Lucifer, and all it says is there's a poster that they released on kind of like on some, I think it was DC fandom,
Mm.
and it was like, "Don't play games with the devil.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's true. I won't.
Don't play
I
games with the devil
won't.
because the devil is gonna play games with you, man.
Hmm.
He's gonna listen. You're not gonna win a game with the devil, right?
Mm.
So listen. Apparently, this is going to be great. The comic book it's called The Sandman. It's loved. It's like got a huge fan following, and Neil Gaiman, he's behind those comic books. He's actually written the episodes for this. He's super excited about it, and obviously that always bodes well. So yeah, go check it out. There isn't any teaser trailer yet or anything like that. Just a poster.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
And Devout. All right, let's just quickly mention this. Adam. We've mentioned Black Adam before.
Mm.
Adam Warlock. Remember on last week's episode, we
Yeah, we
said
broke that
there's a
news, man.
rumor.
Yeah. Now
Listen,
it's
we
official. Yeah.
broke it.
Whew.
Now it's official. We said Will Poulter. There's a rumor going around there on the internet
Mm.
that Will Poulter could be Adam Warlock. Well, it's official. James Gunn, he announced it. Will Poulter, he kind of confirmed it as well. So, I mean, what is this? What do we reckon? Do we have
Um,
reservations,
I
or are
don't know. I
we?
mean, initially I had reservations, and I still kind of do, but you just got to trust James Gunn. He knows, I guess,
Yeah,
the tone he's going for. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, so far Guardians One was great. Guardians Two was good. Hopefully,
yeah,
this one's going to be great again and not go, any more sort of down. But yeah, I mean,
sure.
Adam Warlock is a big character, so Will Poulter has some big shoes to fill. Definitely.
Huge, man. It's going to be
Mm,
big, and obviously that could then lead off into kind of like other
mm.
films that he could do on his own, right? Like an
Yeah,
Adam Warlock movie or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll obviously keep you posted on that one. Devout, let's do streaming
Yep,
now. This is the show that you kind of mentioned to me time ago, and I only just
yep.
started watching it. But listen,
No.
season 3 of You is on, and I think I'm on episode like six or episode 6 or number seven.
Season 3.
But listen, this guy's crazy.
Oh, I haven't started it yet, but a friend of mine said
This guy
it's
is
crazy. She's
mad.
finished it already, but yeah, I'm
This guy, seriously, he just finds himself in the worst situations, and it's all because he's obsessed with
Mm.
someone.
Obsession. Yeah, obsession.
He's obsessed. He follows them. He like, and
Yeah,
I remember when you explained it to me, you were like, "Oh yeah, like he follows them, and like
yeah,
he takes their underwear and he
yeah.
does this, all those, all that." And I kind of didn't really kind of get it, but now when you just watch like obviously
Mm,
seasons 1 and 2, and you realize that this guy is
mm.
absolutely bonkers,
But then he seems like a nice
mad,
guy, doesn't he? He seems like a nice
yeah,
guy on the outside, but he's
and
disturbed.
this big time disturbed. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's called You.
Mm.
And the big news here is just to tack onto that is Devout. They've renewed it for a fourth season
Oh, okay,
officially.
okay,
So
okay. That's cool.
yeah, go check it out. So that's playing now on Netflix. You can go check that one out.
Hmm.
And trailers, Devout. Let us know about these trailers. What
Yeah,
can we kind of look forward to?
I'll quickly whiz through, but yeah, the Tiger King. So we saw that first in 2020 when the world was going
Yeah,
into pandemic mode and we were all stuck at home. So Tiger King became one of the most highly watched, things on Netflix. People were all
yeah.
over it, and we're going to get season 2 soon. Season
Wow.
2, I can only imagine what it's going to be about. I guess more tigers, more stories, more controversy. Obviously, he's still in prison, the Tiger King, so he'll be, speaking from prison, and I'm sure, is it Carol Dassie or whatever her name is?
Carol or something. Yeah.
Yes, I can't remember her name, but she's going to be obviously involved as well. It's going to be more of the same. I wonder if it's going to get the same viewing figures that now we're all out and about.
Hmm.
That's the only question, but we'll have to wait and
That
see.
was gripping though, man.
Yeah,
That documentary
yeah,
when that
yeah,
came out, I was
yeah.
like, why is this so interesting? Because it's that character,
Mm,
he's crazy, he's
mm.
mad.
Mad,
Like,
mad.
the shit that he was doing, like, the one bit was where there was this like this gamekeeper, she got her bloody hand bitten off.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I was just like, come on, man, this is like no joke.
You get
And
that.
these are people just like petting them
Mm,
like as if they're like,
get that.
your next door neighbor's cat.
Imagine. Oh,
Exactly. All right, so go check it out. Tiger King 2. Now, what's this other one? Lost in Space, because I have not
yeah,
seen this.
I've seen season 1 and I saw 2 episodes or 3 episodes of season 2. It's good. It's not great, but season 3 is coming soon. I think it's December the
Yeah.
1st, actually. Great day. But yeah, season 3, Lost in Space, is coming out, and it's going to be the last. It's going to be the last season. So if you haven't seen it yet, I think you've got time to catch up. It's decent. It's it's obviously a remake of the old school sort of
Yeah.
60s or 70s Lost in
Yeah.
Space TV show. So yeah, it's decent. So give it a watch on
All
Netflix.
right. And the other one that I just want to mention is that there's a teaser trailer. This movie is going to be coming out in January 2022. I think it's January.
Mm.
But it would have been great for like this Halloween, I guess. But anyway, listen, it's coming out in 2022, but yeah, it's a reboot, or it's kind of like a next installment of the Scream franchise. So Nev Campbell, um, Courtney Cox,
Not Drew Barrymore.
what's his name?
She was
David
killed,
Arquette.
wasn't it? Okay, yeah, David Arquette. Yeah.
David Arquette's back, and basically this is the return of Ghostface. So
Oh
it's
my
kind of like
gosh.
a a reboot, or they're kind of like reintroducing the whole idea
Mm.
of this kind of the Woodsboro killers and people dressed up in that scary face mask and stuff like that. I saw the teaser trailer. Yeah, man, it looks interesting. I mean, I'm going to go out and watch it. And yeah, I remember watching Scream 1 in cinema. Like, I can't
Mm.
remember when that was, but I liked that movie. That was really good. And yeah, go check out the trailer. It's just a teaser. I think it's coming out on Paramount. I think this is Paramount Plus.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah, yeah.
obviously, yeah. But I'm pretty sure if cinemas are all going to be open, then it's going to be a cinema release, man.
Yeah. I think a lot of people nostalgia just alone will want to go and see what that's about. So a lot of the
Yeah,
old school cats from the 90s will go
yeah,
and do that one.
yeah. And I didn't even know this. There was a Scream TV show as well.
Yeah, I actually did watch that. I watched 2 seasons of it. It was an MTV, I
And what
think
was
it
it
was.
like?
It was okay-ish. It wasn't great, but it was
Yeah.
okay-ish. A lot of nostalgia in that. Wes Craven was involved in it before he passed away. He was
Damn.
actually involved in making that TV show, so he kept a lot
Yeah.
of the ingredients in it. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Right. Well, folks, go check it out. If you're still kind of pining for those movies, go check it out. Slasher, like I said before, I mean, I mentioned this on Instagram. The slasher genre is alive and well.
Yep.
So, loads of things to kind of watch out there. All right. Anniversary corner, and keeping it with
Mm,
this theme of kind of like, slasher movies and horror movies, because obviously we're going to be speaking about Halloween Kills in a
yep.
bit. Um, I'll always know what you did last summer. And again, Devout, I
I
didn't
didn't
know
do
this, but
much. It was
Amazon
the
Prime,
pandemic. It was the pandemic last year. So this summer wasn't too bad. Was you asking me a question? Oh, sorry, you're talking about the film. Oh shit,
talking
sorry.
about the
I
film,
got to concentrate.
Boom, Hair All Week. Um, but Devout, here's another thing. I didn't know this. There's a TV show on
Yes,
Amazon Prime. I
yes.
know what you did last summer.
Yeah, I think Zakrov mentioned it in on
Yep.
Instagram a little while ago, and yeah, there's a TV show which probably will be better than this film from 2006. Because this film, I'll always know what you did last summer. It's the third one, isn't it? Because there's I know what you did last summer, and then
Which
there's
was
I
decent.
still know what you did last summer.
What you
I
did
think
last summer.
it's all about the summer. I mean, shit. This one got a 3.5 on IMDb, but we have
Oh
to
my
report it.
gosh.
It's our duty to let you know
Duty.
what came out 15 years ago in 2006.
But
So
this isn't called, this isn't Love, Jennifer Love Hewitt's not
nope,
in this, is she?
I
No,
don't.
okay.
The cast is it's a new cast. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it's got a 3.5. So I'm pretty sure not many people are going to want to know what they did last summer and just move on to the next, which is what we should do
Exactly.
actually.
Listen, I've seen the first and second one. I haven't seen the third one. By the sounds of it, it doesn't
Mm.
sound like as if it's anything worth kind of like going over.
Probably going to be the same
Um,
thing though, about something that someone that they killed by accident last
yeah,
summer, and that person's
and then
coming
they
back to
come
kill
back.
them. That's what it is. So
Exactly.
yeah.
You know the drill. All right, listen. Um, so unfortunately, the way things are working, because of the pandemic and everything, uh, some movies are getting released a lot earlier, or I'm not getting access to them like obviously Deval is. So Deval went out and watched Halloween Kills,
Mhm.
and he's going to review that. While I'll, no problem, Deval, you can basically speak about it, spoil it, whatever you want to do, no worries. But yeah, I'll just kind of like sit back and I'll watch that when it comes out over here. So listen, this is Deval letting you know about Halloween Kills. Take it away, Deval.
Okay. So we had
I love this.
Halloween. What was the first one called that came out 3 years ago? Was it just called
I think
Halloween?
it was just Halloween. Yeah,
Halloween. So yeah, that's the return of Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode and a few other returning characters and the police people that were around back in the day,
like in the
1978.
70s.
Yeah, so this one, Halloween, sort of links on from the 1978 one because there's been lots of Halloween movies in between, and it's not
Yeah.
really linking onto those, but it's just a link from the 1978 one. So the first one was actually not bad. It's a
Mhm.
slasher movie, like you say, Michael Myers. I've never seen somebody walk so slow but still get there before the this guy, he just walks and somehow he catches them and they're running. The physics doesn't work out for me.
Okay,
But anyway, let me just. Okay, so this movie literally follows on directly from the last movie. In the last movie, Laurie Strode, her daughter, and her granddaughter managed
yeah,
to get Michael Myers in this house and
yeah,
set it on fire. And they had him. They had him. The fire was all burning. They escaped, and the movie kind of ended. But we kind of heard him. We kind of heard Michael Myers make that little noise to say he's still alive.
yeah,
When this movie kicks off now, it's just after the fire. Laurie Strode's gone to hospital. She's recovering, and everyone thinks he's dead, but obviously he's not because there's a film here to be had. I'm sitting
this
in the
is Michael
cinema.
Myers, guys.
Exactly. So this guy, I've noticed now, and I think in this film, they actually make a mention of it in some kind of way. Just well, somebody in the film says, the more he kills, the stronger he gets, because this guy
Mm.
takes bullets. He does take bullets, and he still gets up. He takes a stab, he still gets up. But like, it is literally a slasher movie. It is literally a
Mm.
movie from the 70s and 80s, but it's today. But
Yeah,
the thing for me that works, that doesn't work, is that some of those ingredients don't taste that good today. Because, like I say, he walks. This guy does not break a sweat. He just walks around, and cops
yeah.
can't shoot him. There's a scene where he walks down the stairs, and they're trying to shoot him, and they're missing, missing,
And
missing. He does not run. He walks. He's a big guy. He's like 6'5". He does not. They miss him, and
Oh
even when they do hit him, he
shit.
gets up again. But also, the thing that gets on my nerves is the horror movie tropes of the woman who's trying to escape, and she does all the wrong things and goes the wrong
Things.
place, traps herself. That happens so many times. There's a
Why
group.
haven't they updated that a little bit?
That's what I'm saying. It gets on my nerves. Do you know what? Let me just say this. Yeah, everyone that died in this movie deserved to
Deserved
die.
to die.
They deserved to die. They deserved it. Yes, they deserved it because they did stupid things. They're holding guns and they don't know how to use guns. They're sitting in a car and he's on top of the roof and they're not acting properly. Some of them shot themselves trying to shoot him. It's like they've all got guns and he's still. I don't. No one shoots in the head as well. No
Oh
one
my
shoots in
god.
the head.
Just give him a bullet in the head.
This guy. Oh, I got pissed off during this movie, but at the same time, it was entertaining to an extent. But
Yes.
just the stupidity of all the
Oh
characters,
man.
they all deserved to die. And
Oh my,
there's a bit in the
I'm on
movie
board with
where
that,
you
man.
see that he's actually immortal. He's not a normal
Oh, okay,
human.
this is what I was gonna say. Do
He's
they
not.
explain anything about this? Like how?
No, that's the thing. There's a voiceover where I think the daughter is saying the more he kills, the more powerful he becomes. I think he's somehow there's something in him, some sort of possession, or I don't know what it is, but he's not human because he takes bullets. There's a point where they all surround him because in this film they get angry. The town gets angry, and there's like a mob of people chasing, looking after him. And there's one part of the film where they all circle him, and they're hacking at him. They're
And what, he doesn't die
they
basically.
stabbing him. They shoot him in the chest 4 times. They do a lot, and he falls down. He falls down, and then
This
something
is
happens, and he
hilarious.
gets up, and he tears through them. He tears through them. And I'm thinking, okay, so he's not human now because he can't have done that if he was human.
Oh gosh,
He
this
took
is
bullets.
hilarious.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's an enjoyable film for what it
Yeah,
is. It's Halloween. It's got all the classic, Halloween tropes, the music, all of that.
yeah,
But it's a really frustrating film for people that are of the modern sort of mentality of
yeah.
surviving a horror film. Yeah.
Like what it is. Why is it that he So when they obviously after the whole fire thing, and then
Mm.
obviously they get taken off to the hospital, can they not leave and go somewhere to like another town or another city or like another country
No,
or something?
well, they know because he's come out of the house, the firehouse, the fire brigade turn up, and they're like, "Oh my
He deals
gosh,
with them.
yeah, he did." That's one of the best fights actually because it's like they've all got their axes in it and pickaxes or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
all standing there and they all square off, and he tears through them. He's chopping them in the skull. You see everything as well. The camera doesn't shy away, but the way he kills
Wicked.
people in this, and certain people you think, oh, they're gonna escape. Nah, he just kills them, and they
He just
deserve to
kills them.
die because they're stupid.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, I
Is
mean,
that kid in it? Tell me
that
that
kid,
kid's
he's in
in
it
it,
for a
man.
little bit. He's in it a little bit,
Ah,
and he because
okay.
he's talking to the news crew. But after this film, the third one is going to be mayhem, and that's going to be because Laurie Strode in this one because she was stabbed and she went to hospital. She had an operation. She wasn't really
Yeah.
mobile in this one. She was in the hospital the whole time. She didn't come out.
Ah,
So
damn.
other
So
people,
what?
it's
Her daughter. So
her
her daughter,
daughter. Yeah, her daughter was about a bit. She got dealt with a bit as well. I'm not going to say what happened to her, but yeah,
and then there's a
it's
granddaughter as well, isn't there?
yeah, and a granddaughter as well. She got dealt with a bit as well, but it's mostly the townsfolk. The townsfolk get together, and they're the ones that
Right.
try to deal with him. But yeah, they got dealt with. But
Damn.
yeah, go and watch it. It's an
Yeah.
enjoyable film, but it's not a great film.
Okay.
I think it's worse than the first one. The first one was better. Yeah,
Okay. All right. That's good. That sets
yeah.
it up more nicely for me. Um, and listen, I gotta say, I'll be lying if I said there isn't kind of like a little bit of nostalgia for, whenever there's a Halloween,
Mm,
you think, oh, it would be great to watch a Halloween movie. But just quickly, I just want to quickly, can you think back to any of the Halloween movies, the ones that we've had before, where have they ever mentioned um, why he is so powerful? Is there
no.
something supernatural about him?
In this one is the first time I've heard them kind of mention it, but not in like a really concrete. Okay, this is what it is, but just
Yeah.
almost like a myth or like this must be the reason why he's so strong. The more he kills, the stronger he gets, and it makes sense because you see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. All right.
yeah,
All right, listen, there you go, folks. Go check
Crazy.
it out. Halloween Kills is out in cinemas,
Yep.
in obviously everywhere else apart from over here. But listen, if you do watch the movie, let us know what you think. And, what do you think of the whole kind of, it
Mm,
being updated for, 2021 or, well, this was
mm,
made in 2020, wasn't it?
yeah.
Or something. Let us know what you think and we will love to hear about that. Now, okay, Deval also went out and watched Venom, Let There Be Carnage,
Yep.
which is Venom Part 2. Obviously, again, I haven't had a chance to watch this because it hasn't been released yet. So, Deval, take this one away because I'm interested to hear your take on this one. Oh gosh.
Okay. What I'm going to say on this one, and I even going to take too long on this one, to be honest.
Oh
This
gosh.
film, yeah, the post-credit scene was better than the whole film.
Oh.
I could end my review right there, but I
Oh
won't.
my
But
gosh.
the first one for me wasn't all that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good, entertaining, and this one is entertaining too. But I don't know why I just didn't. This one wasn't better than the first one, and the first one made a lot of money. So this one now coming out just at the end of a pandemic, I don't think it's going to make as much money as the first one did. This
Is
one,
it?
yeah, like this one directed by Andy Serkis. Obviously, Tom Hardy comes back. We got Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson, Naomi Watts. She's in it as well as Screecher.
Yeah.
I think her name is. I think it's called Screecher. She's got like a loud scream, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Hardy, he's him and Venom are now, they're buddies, in it. There's that kind of conflict that they've got all the
Yeah.
time, constantly. Sometimes it's a bit, an-
Bickering.
yeah, it's a bit annoying. Sometimes actually, it's almost
Oh my gosh.
cartoonish the way,
Yeah, that's
like the
silly.
things that happen in his apartment, just the damage, and it's crazy damage that happens on a regular basis. I'm like, how's this person surviving? But yeah, it's just this film wasn't. I feel bad to say, but I didn't really enjoy it. I did.
Yeah.
I was sitting there the whole time thinking, I heard this post credit scene's good. I can't wait for the
Yeah.
post credit scene.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
okay.
No,
The
no, no.
story,
Exactly. That's what I've heard.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes, I mean the story. Just to really quickly go through it. Obviously, Cletus Cassidy is in prison. He's a serial killer, and Tom Hardy, as a reporter, he tries to find out where he's where the bodies are because he hasn't told people where the bodies are. Cletus Cassidy is meant to be he's on death row, so he gets sentenced to death row to death. And when Tom Hardy goes to visit him, Cletus Cassidy bites him, and somehow that he bites the part of the symbiote. And I still don't know. I still don't know how that makes Carnage because shouldn't it just be Venom again? But maybe
Venom.
maybe because Cletus Cassidy is so twisted, it twists the symbiote's sort of
Right.
DNA.
Okay.
But it's funny because when Venom first saw Carnage, he's like, "Oh, here's a red one. Oh, that's dangerous." I'm thinking, but how can a part of you create something
That.
so different and you identify it as, "Oh, it's a red one"? It's like I thought. I just, I just thought, but if that's
That
something,
voice. Oh gosh.
I don't know, but it's,
Wait, hang on a second. All right. So he bites Tom Hardy, and
yeah,
then somehow he gets
yeah,
Halson gets
it's a
infected.
whole new symbiote inside him
Right. Okay.
from a drop of blood.
And then what? So then he starts. Obviously, then he starts. Carnage starts
Yeah,
killing
he
people.
wrecks the prison, breaks out, he kills a lot of people. He goes to break out his girl Screecher, who they had a relationship years ago.
Yeah.
So Naomi
Yeah.
Harris, she breaks him out. But the thing is, Screecher makes a loud noise, and what are Venom and Carnage? What's their weaknesses?
They hate loud
Yeah, so
noises.
he doesn't like her making that noise. So they have a bit of an argument. But yeah, I mean, there's one major fight with Venom and Carnage. That's it. They
And
cross paths
I'm
once.
assuming that's at the end. What is
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end of the
that's it.
movie?
Yeah, yeah. There's one major fight, and that's it. Apart from that, those two characters don't meet. That's it. So the rest of the movie is just other bits and bobs that happen and all that. But it's a lot of it is Venom and Carnage. They split up. They have an argument. They split up. So, I mean, Venom and Tom Hardy's character. They have an
Oh, right.
argument. They
Yeah.
split up. Venom goes off, hopping to different body to different body. There's a bit of comedy there. What happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Chen in the shop, she gets Venom as well.
Oh
That's a bit
my
funny.
gosh.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. It wasn't all that, man. I was disappointed,
Yeah.
but the end credit
I
scene, wicked. Even though I don't really
so
understand how it happened, but it was wicked.
so from what I'm gathering,
Mm,
and I'm pretty sure I know kind of like what it is. because I kind of like have seen kind of like little bits and pieces, but
Yeah,
this is setting up the multiverse, right?
yeah. It's introducing Venom to the Spideyverse.
So that means then we're gonna see a Spider-Man and we're
Yes,
gonna see a Venom movie.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But what if this one is shit? Like does shit at the box office?
Then we'll still see it because Spider-Man will guarantee. Spider-Man's
Yeah,
loved. So I think, yeah, Spider-Man will bring up any other character he shares a screen with. So
yeah, 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 yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's a win-win.
And then will that then be Spider-Man versus because what
Hmm.
is Tom Hardy? Is this Venom? Is he like good or bad or what is he? Is he still kind of like
He's
we're
a bit
not
of an
sure?
anti-hero. I mean, Venom does want to protect people. He calls himself the lethal protector, and he wants to protect people in the city as long as he gets to eat the heads of the baddies. Because
Yeah, yeah,
he explains in this that the nutrients that he gets comes from eating heads. There's something in the brain that gives him,
like
ple-
pat
yeah,
strength
yeah,
basically.
exactly. So he likes that.
Damn.
So, but yeah, end credit scene is good. Literally you see it's the scene where you see Spider-Man being revealed as Tom as a Peter Parker, and he's like, "Oh, that guy."
Oh,
Yeah,
so he knows him.
it kind of seems like that. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, that guy," sort of thing. He's like, so yeah, somehow he knows him. So it's interesting. So I think the next one might have a crossover.
Okay, wow,
Mm,
man, this is going to be huge. From what it sounds like, the like I'm with you with the first one. The first one, remember when we watched it
mm.
back in what 2018? We weren't
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like, we weren't like, wow, this is like Venom and whatnot. And it took a load of money, like
yeah. It's 800
seven or eight
mil.
hundred million.
Yeah.
Um, so is it
And
worth?
Carnage is way more powerful. I never understand why the one that's more powerful always loses. Carnage was wrecking him, stabbing up Venom with an axe and all like swords in his body, but he's still all right. Venom's still all right. I think, why stab someone if it's not going to do anything to them? I don't understand. What is the
Oh,
threat? It's like Venom's invincible, basically.
okay, like, he should team up with flipping Michael Myers, man. Bloody hell. So listen, so just simple question, Devout.
Yeah.
Is it worth the wait?
No, no. You can wait
All
for
right,
this
there
one.
you go.
Watch it whenever you can. You'll enjoy it. It'll be an enjoyable film. You're still gonna.
Yeah,
I know you're still gonna see it, but just don't feel like you've missed out by waiting. No, it's
by
okay.
waiting all the time. Out of Halloween Kills and Carnage, which one's better?
They're both equally a disappointment. I think maybe Venom because of the post-credit scene, possibly. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But they're both
All right.
equally. I saw them both back to back, and I was like, man.
All right, well, listen, folks. There, you've
Oh,
heard it. You've heard it. The Carnage and the Killers. So, listen. Look, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And
yep.
listen, there's a whole host of stuff, new Netflix movies, horror films, Deval.
Mm.
There's kind of like loads of. I want to watch this thing called Midnight Mass.
Yes, me too.
There's
Yes, yes,
someone
yes,
inside
yes,
my
yes,
house.
yes,
Like there's loads of
yes,
stuff that we need to watch
yeah,
till death as well. There's
yeah.
loads of stuff. So keep it locked with us. We promise you we're going to be bringing you more reviews and more.
June next week as well.
Do you?
Hmm.
Oh, is that
Next
June
week.
next week for you guys?
When is it for
Yeah,
you?
no worries.
Christmas.
December.
Are you serious? I was only joking. Are you
No,
serious?
it's December the
Oh
2nd.
my gosh.
This is mad, isn't it? It's
Oh,
crazy. But listen, why is Eternals at the same time?
I don't know. It's silly. It's silly.
So why are we getting Eternals worldwide release, but Dune and
Mm,
Carnage and all this shit is getting a staggered release? I just don't get it. Um, but yeah, man, listen, that's the way it is. But listen, okay, so next week, Dune, that's going to be a
yeah,
big, big,
yeah,
big review
yeah,
for us.
yeah, yeah.
And so we'll definitely, obviously, let you know about that one. And listen, just keep it locked with us. Keep it locked with us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. And that's it. That's all we've got time for.
Yep. Peace out.
Okay, right. So this is going to be